CNN launched in 1980 as the first 24-hour news broadcast and spent their first decade on air redefining expectations of breaking news coverage. They were first with ongoing coverage of the Space Shuttle Columbia tragedy, then the Baby Jessica rescue, and in 1991, the event that catapulted the small cable news network past the big three broadcasters as the go-to news source, the Gulf War in Iraq. CNN invented the 24-hour news cycle, and it made it the standard for others to follow. It was no longer enough for a network to cut into programming with a big story. You needed your live news anchors to stop in the middle of the story he was reporting, put a finger to his earpiece, and tell you what was happening as it happened. Cut to recently when a young woman attending a protest in Iran was gunned down in the street. In an instant, almost live as it happened, we were seeing graphic video of the event and receiving real-time details from the scene as it played out via Twitter. Suddenly, CNN, restricted by the Iranian government on how they could report the story, were forced to cite Twitter sources for updates and scramble to verify facts. Caught somewhere between with it media outlet and grown-up news organization. When TMZ broke the story of Michael Jackson's death, a full hour before it could be confirmed by any more legitimate news sources, choosing to decipher the information for ourselves, we collectively muted our TVs and logged into Twitter. In that exact moment, 20 years after CNN's first broadcast, the expectations for breaking news were redefined once again. We discovered, as did frantic media moguls, that we no longer have to wait for a talking head to describe what's happening. Our BS meters, it turns out, are keen enough to filter out nonsense and find the truth just fine. This is a new level of power in the information age. People will continue to expect real-time access and interaction with those they choose to follow. The 24-hour news cycle is now the 24-second news cycle, and diminishing right along with it is our tolerance for formality, while growing is our colossal desire for immediate gratification. This shift in expectation should be a warning to marketers whose success hinges on a strong relationship with their customer list. That's you, everyone. For example, soon a simple email address or phone number will no longer be sufficient enough support for your buyers. If they can get live news feed of major events as they happen, waiting a week for a staff member to respond to their email will feel like an eternity. The people demand access. They also demand to be heard. And the message they are sending is loud and clear. Lose the tie, drop the doublespeak, and give it to us straight. The challenge for marketers hoping to establish legitimacy for themselves and their products is no longer to keep it real, but to make it real. It's time to get hip or get left behind. If you'd like to get on the inside of where all the breaking news in the marketing world is happening, plus tons of training and support from the community of pro copywriters inside of copychief, then join us on the inside of copychief at copychief.com/special, and I will personally greet you on the inside. Until next time, I'm Kevin Rogers. Go kick ass.